A couple of months ago, Instagram TV was updated so that you no longer only can post videos vertically. You can actually upload content that is natively horizontal. And this is great for us content creators who mainly make our videos in a horizontal aspect ratio because now it's super easy to share them on Instagram. For me, I film a lot of weddings, and the main thing that I'm editing and sharing is highlight videos. And now I don't have to go through and basically completely re-edit my highlight video to be able to put it up on Instagram for people to see. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the best export settings from Premiere Pro for exporting these horizontal videos for Instagram TV. And I'm also going to be showing you how to upload them to Instagram so that you make sure you do it right. And be sure to stay to the end because I have a bonus tip that's going to make posting to Instagram way easier. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Mitchell Losi. I make videos here about filmmaking and growing your business. I hope that you would subscribe if you like this video, and be sure to hit that bell notification button so that you know when I post my latest video. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna wanna do here in Premiere Pro is in a new project, we're gonna create a new sequence. We can do this by hitting Control or Command if you're on a Mac. Control N, and that's going to bring up the new sequence dialog. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to digital SLR. We're going to hit 1080p, and we're going to do 1080p at 24. And what we're going to do here is we're going to hit settings on the next tab over. We can leave the frame rate the same if our footage is 23.976 frames per second, which we have that down there. And then for horizontal video, we're going to leave our resolution at 1920 1080. If you're doing vertical, you can just switch those numbers around. So the left one here would be 1080 and the right one would be 1920. That's how you can do vertical video if you do have vertical content. So it's the same either way. So we're going to make a preset here for this. So sample rate for audio, all this stuff can be the same. And we're just going to hit save preset. We're going to name it IGTV 1920 by 1080 at 23.976, and then horizontal, just so we remember. Cool. So now you have a preset for horizontal, and if you want, you can do the exact same thing for vertical and just switch the numbers around. I'm just going to leave it how it is here, and then we can name our sequence down at the bottom. I'll name it IGTV example. We can hit OK. That's going to create our sequence on the timeline. And now I just have some random clips here that are in slow-mo, but I'm just going to bring them onto the timeline so that we have a little bit of something to look at. So you're going to want to edit your video together, and once you're done, say your in and out points at the beginning and the end of where you want to export your video, and then you can go ahead and hit Control M to bring up the export settings. And then what you're going to want to do is set your format to H.264. We can leave the preset to match source high bitrate. In the output name, you're going to want to click that, and that's going to bring up where you're going to save your video. So you can find where you want to put it and then name it. I'm going to leave it named IGTV example. And then make sure export video and export audio is checked. Otherwise, you won't have audio or you won't have video if it's not checked. So make sure those are checked. Below that, under the video tab, we're going to uncheck the resolution. We want to make sure that it's set to 1920 by 1080. And then also uncheck our frame rate just so that Premiere Pro is not making the decision. We are. So those are set like that. You can leave the other settings here, progressive, square pixels. Check render at maximum depth. That's going to give you the best quality image. And then here in the encoding settings, we want to uncheck profile and set it to high. And then level, we want to be 4.1. The next two sections we can pass over, and we're going to go down to the bitrate settings. Bitrate is the most important for IGTV video. You don't want to have too high of a bitrate or too low of a bitrate. If it's too high, your file size is going to be really big. And if it's too low, you're going to have artifacts and random bad looking footage. It's going to look really grainy, things like that. So we want to make sure it's set to the right settings here. So for bitrate encoding, we're going to hit CBR, which means constant bitrate. We don't want it to fluctuate. So we're going to set it to CBR. And then for our target bitrate, for IGTV, you're going to want to set it to 7.5 at the lowest. And depending on the length of your video, with IGTV, you can post a video between 1 minute to 60 minutes, or technically you can only post a video up to 59 minutes and 59 seconds. But for that length of a video, this should keep you within the restriction size for IGTV. And if you do set it to 7.5 and you export your video and you still see artifacts and things like that, and it's not too long of a video, you can just increase the bitrate to like 10 or 20, and that should fix that. But basically you can look at the bottom here and see your estimated file size. With Instagram TV, you want to keep it under 3.4 gigabytes. Looking on the Instagram TV website, we can see the requirements for IGTV. If you're uploading from your phone, the length of your video has to be under 15 minutes. If you're uploading from the web, it has to be under 60 minutes. And we'll get to this in a minute, but for the bitrate, this is kind of important. So when you go to upload your IGTV video, it says here that your maximum file size is 3.6 gigabytes. It actually is more like 3.4 gigabytes. So you just want to make sure your video is under 3.4 gigabytes. So back in Premiere, down here at your estimated file size, you mainly just want to keep that below 3.4 gigabytes. So if you want to increase your bit rate, you can do that as long as your video is under that 3.4 gigabytes. Long story short, keep your bit rate between 7.5 to 20. And that's all we need to do at this tab. We do want to have use maximum render quality checked at the bottom there. And then we can hop over into the audio tab. For audio settings, you're going to want to have your audio format set to AAC, your audio codec, also AAC, your sample rate at 48,000 Hertz, channel stereo and audio quality high, and then bitrate setting about 320 is perfect. For the advanced settings, your precedent is going to be bitrate. So that's everything you need to do. And now that we have all of this set up, what we can do is we can come up here and hit the Save Preset button. We can name this preset IGTV 1920 by 1080, 23.976 with, we did 20 megabytes per second as bitrate, so we'll put that down. Megabytes per second is 20, and then we're just going to remind us that it's the horizontal one. Cool, and then we can save that, and now we have that preset saved for the future. If you want to go ahead and make a few different presets for different bit rates, you can do that. That's what I did. But now you can just come in here and click that one preset, and it'll all be good to go. So now that you're ready to render your video, you can just hit Q, and then that's going to bring up Adobe Media Encoder. If you just hit export, it's just going to export it right in Adobe Premiere. So hitting Q I like doing because then Adobe Media Encoder is going to render our video in the background and we can still be editing in Adobe Premiere. All right, so now that Adobe Media Encoder is done rendering our video, if we want to see it, we can just click on the output file and then we can watch our video back, and it is horizontal and it looks good. So we have that. So now what we need to do is we need to go over to our web browser and go to Instagram.com. This is going to be the easiest way that I find to upload my IGTV videos. If you want to do it from your phone, you totally can. If I have the files on my computer, why not just do it from my computer? It's a little bit faster. So you're going to want to go to your profile, and then there's a tab here, IGTV. If you click on that, you can hit upload to upload our video. And then if we hit the big plus, we can find our video in our file browser. So here's mine. I'm going to open that up, and it's going to upload our video. So now there's a couple other things we can do on this page. We can enter a title for our video. We can enter a description for our video. And then we can choose if we want it to appear on our profile and our feed, which in most cases you do. And that's kind of the nice part about this. And then a couple things to note. When people see this in their feed, they're going to see the title, and then right after it's going to be the description. When they watch it on IGTV, they're mainly going to see the title, but they can drop down to see the description. But you can put tags in here. You can put hashtags in here. All of that can go in your description. And then lastly, you have the option to upload a cover image. And this cover image is vertical format. There is no horizontal format for it. So you're going to want to put a vertical image for this. And if you do just put 1080 by 1920 image, some of it's going to get cropped off. So the best size to get your photo to fit on your cover image is going to be 640 by 1136. So a way to do that, if you have Adobe Photoshop, I'm going to open that up. We're going to create a new document, and let's make a preset for this too. So if you hit the new preset button there, you can name this IGTV cover image. And then you're going to want to make it 640 by 1136. by 300 pixels per inch. And then you can save that preset. It's going to put it here for you to be able to get to, and then you can hit create. So now you have the right size image, and I have an image here that I picked just to be the cover photo for my picture here. So you can drag that onto here, and then if you hold shift down, you can click the corner and scale it without it messing up the image. And you're just going to want to make that cover it up. And then if you want to put text on here, you can do that. But now you have an image there. You can hit File, Export, and then you're just going to want to export it as a JPEG because that file size is only going to be, a couple hundred kilobytes. So we're going to export that. We can save it with our video again and name it the IGTV cover photo. So now we have our photo. So we can go back to Instagram, and now that our video is done uploading, you only get one shot to upload your cover photo. So if you mess it up, there's no way to take it down or change it. It's kind of weird, but just make sure you don't mess that up. So get your cover photo once, put it on there, and there it is. I'm just going to name this IGTV example, and then you can write your description. All right, and then again, when you post a preview, it'll show up on your feed, and then you would just hit post. I'm not gonna post this just because this isn't really a video, but I'll show you on one of my other accounts what your post will look like when it's all done. So then if we saved it as a draft, here it would be as a draft. You can go in and edit the video again and get back to that page. So there it is waiting for you to post it. So let me show you an example of what this is going to look like on your feed and when people interact with it. So I'm just going to go to one of my other Instagram accounts that I recently just posted a IGTV post. So this first post here is an IGTV post. This picture here is my cover photo that I uploaded with some text on it. And when I click on it, it's going to bring up the video. And when it starts playing, you can see it's a horizontal video, but if I click the expand button, it's going to expand it vertically. Same thing is going to happen on a phone. So that's awesome. And then again, here's my title that I posted, and here's the description that I posted as well. So that's how they show up. So that's everything you know to be able to post your IGTV video that is horizontal or vertical. It's the same exact steps. So now it's time for that bonus tip. So if you are doing this for a business, or if you just have a business account for Instagram TV, you have the option to schedule your posts ahead of time because you have access to the Facebook Creator Studio. And what this is, I'm gonna open up here for you. This allows you to see all of the posts that you've posted on both your Facebook and your connected Instagram account. You can see all of the content you have, all of your analytics for it. And what's really nice is you can actually create posts within here for either your Instagram feed or for even IGTV. And then you're given the option to schedule it for a later date. So you can set all of your stuff up at once, and then you can let it roll out without you even having to do anything, which is super awesome and can save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. If you're always worrying, oh my gosh, I have to post an Instagram post today, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just sit down for an hour or two, schedule it all through here, and it's super easy to do. If you want to get to this and you already have a business account for either Facebook, for a Facebook page, or just through your Instagram, all you have to do is go to business.facebook.com/creator studio, and that'll bring you to this. It's going to be set on this Facebook tab here. When you come into it, you can create a post for Facebook, and then you can also switch up here at the top to your Instagram, and then there's all your stuff. You can see your IGTV post, your stories, your photos, your videos, all of the content you posted. You can get analytics for it. And see how everything's acting. Mine's not very good because I barely post on Instagram on this account, but this is a really great tool to be able to help you save time and schedule your posts for the future. So that's all it takes to get your videos up on IGTV in really good quality. I hope this video helps you, and I just encourage you to try it yourself. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video and learned something new, hit the like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit the dislike button. Comment down below your favorite way to post to Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.